This is a tutorial for CAD Model Features Part 7, the base plate. The directions aren't as clear for this one, and we do have some drawings. We'll try to make best do as we can here. So to begin with, we have a rectangle 11 by 4. Alright, we've got fillets of 0.5 on the corners. And then that gets extruded to a depth of 0.5. Alright, the next thing we'll do is we'll put these 4 points down to make holes on the corner. It's not as easy to verify where they are. Alright, but you can see here the center aligns with the edge of the fillet. So we're going to just make it a 0.5 going in on each side. Okay, and in fact that's what this center represents here. So actually the easiest way to do that is to just put points right on top of that. We'll select holes. It's a tapped hole. Alright, and now the hole note is 8-32 UNC with a depth of 0.2875 times 4 because there's 4 holes. Alright, so if we scroll up here, we'll see the number 8 corresponds to a size of 0.164. There's our 8-32. We just need to get the depth now. 0.2875. Alright, and that's just a tiny small hole there, but that does go on there. We have another series of holes, actually these 4 along the midline here. Well, let's start by locating that midline. I'm going to do this with the construction line, and I should be able to, it will snap to the midpoint of a line, so there you can see we get a green dot. That's the midpoint there. And I'll find it over there as well. Alright, we'll turn that off. The first thing we want to do is put a point down on that line. Alright, and let's dimension that point. It should be 0.4375 over. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is do a rectangular pattern of that point in this direction. Switch it the other way. I want a total of 3, and the spacing between each is 5.5. work. Nope, it's 5.5 back to the edge, so let me undo that. Let's try this again. Rectangular pattern of this direction. Switch it, total of 3. And I want the spacing to be 5.5 minus 0.4375. Alright, then it does the math and calculates where those ones go. Alright, we have one more point to put down. That's also somewhere on our line here. And that one is 1.5 inches over. Alright, do a hole. I'm going to deselect those two holes. So I'm just doing the two on the outside. They're countersink 0.25 through 0.5 on the countersink 82 degrees. So 0.5, and this is 0.25. We just make sure we've got both of them. We do. Say OK. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is put those last two holes down. We've already placed locations for them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that sketch we've done, which has been consumed. I'm going to right click on it and share the sketch. All right, and that will make those points available to us again. So if we select hole, it finds those 2 points. These are just 0.3125 all the way through. Okay, that takes care of the last two holes. The last feature we need to put on here is a chamfer, which is described up here. 1/32 inch chamfer to all the exterior edges. And we're done.